normal. Lalo na sa mga taong hindi pa nararamdaman ng new normal. Gumising na kayo! So, the new normal is here. So, bale lahat, everything that we've been through from last year is way different now, whether we like it or not. From my last video, I made a bold declaration that I will rather choose the new normal than living in my old life. And I said it before and I will say it again, that we should accept the new normal and change our lives for the better. Kasi there's no growth and maturity if we continue to be stuck inside our own box. So that's why I made the last video to clarify and to declare why I choose to live this new normal during this enhanced community quarantine. So having said that, probably you're asking yourself na, so am I going to live this new normal? Talaga lang ba?
Yung naman yung normal, hindi pa nagpapabi yung gobyerno sa mga ginagawa nila. Ang tatanungin ko, saan magbabayad ng, mga bills ko? Saan ko yung pangkakain ng sa susunod na?
Personally, I have some highs and lows also during this ECQ. Di naman madali, of course naman, na mag-stuck inside our house and walang gawin during this enhanced community quarantine habang naghihikaos tayo sa gutom. Of course, those things are valid. To tell you the truth, it's not easy for me to be productive and fruitful. Kasi I'm the most anxious person na I ever met. Actually, I'm so anxious during the time of enhanced community quarantine kasi di ko alam saan kukunin yung yung pagkain namin. I don't know saan namin kukunin yung pambayad ng bills, and especially sa mga medical bills ng kapatid ko. So, there's a lot of anxiousness going on during this enhanced community quarantine. And accepting the new normal, it could be impossible. But with the grace of God and with the help of godly people who prayed and those people who helped us during this pandemic, I came to this realization na maraming mga bagay na that I should be worried about, and there's a lot of things I should be grateful. Because of that, I was able to learn new things, finish some unfinished business, and do so much more with the time I have during this enhanced community quarantine. So, the time that I have here inside my house is not boring or is not go to waste after all. Though I would like to address na it's okay not to be productive, especially in this pandemic crisis, I'm not all about being productive or just being fruitful or maging busy lang during this pandemic times, because I understand the anxiousness. I understand the part wherein there were moments na hindi ka na rin talaga makagalaw or di ka na rin makapag-work or do something because of that anxiousness or those things na pinagdadaanan natin during this enhanced community quarantine. So don't worry, I'm not judging you if you're just sitting inside your house or watching Netflix all day. It's fine. Hindi kita i-judge. So from my last video, I tell you the why I choose this new normal. So ngayon naman, I will now share to you some insights that I learned. So how can we going to prepare for this new normal? Especially kasi if there's no money, there's no income na dumarating, paano nga ba talaga tayo nakakapag-prepare? So I realized this because I want to know paano nga ba ako gagalaw after matapos tong enhanced community quarantine na to. So here are the things that I learned from this realization. Number one is we should have a plan. And yes guys, it's hard to really create a plan, especially in this pandemic. Pero the saying na if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, this kind of quote is never gets old, especially in this pandemic. And as we start living this new normal, we have to assess ourselves and look, ano nga ba yung mga things that we should do para hindi masayang yung mga good opportunities that we have in this new normal. So what I learned is that every opportunity has its different approach to different people. So all of us, young or old, rich or poor, has something to plan on. The goal of creating a life plan is to give what we want and what we should do with our lives. Di naman pwede pati sa new normal, tatamad-tamad pa rin tayo, no? So this plan, or creating a plan, will help us see what we want to do after all this pandemic ends. So one of the assessments that I did during this planning is to know ano nga ba yung mga things na kailangan kong i-work on through my personal life. So, whether it's goal orientation, money management, image development, or time management, it's good to ask some questions that will assess kung ano nga ba yung mga things na dapat kong gawin for me to improve myself as well. Like, for example, what are the goals I should achieve after this enhanced community quarantine? Am I going to change my fashion sense? Am I going to be on time na ba parate? How am I going to manage my anger? Or how am I going to make myself available to the people I love? So those questions that I ask makes me realize na there are a lot of things that I need to move forward to, and it needs to be assessed as well. Na hindi ako dapat na ma-inbox lang to this new normal, thinking na I can just go on with my life and get a new job or whatsoever. Pero more on the personality development, it's the character that you have to build in, especially in this new normal. Hindi na pwede yung mga old ways natin, hindi na pwede yung mga anger management yung na hindi na re-resolve. We have to find ways for us to be more creative and be more serious on how we're going to plan our life. Some parents, you might need this time to really assess what kind of education you want to give for your kids, whether it's homeschool or online learning. So for students, you have to make this time for you to assess yourself what are the easiest or what are the best study habits that you need to build. So for the employees naman, maybe it's the time for you to learn new things or to improve your work-related skills. And especially, meet new people. Especially sa mga newly graduates and sa mga unemployed. Baka this year naman dapat magkaroon na kayo ng bagong trabaho or chase that dream job that you want to have. So whatever roles you're in, each of us has a responsibility for our own growth and development. And regardless of what we went through during this enhanced community quarantine, we have to accept the fact that this new normal is not our enemy. Actually, this new normal is our friend. And we have to plan how to nurture and develop ourselves in this season. And that's how depend on how you gonna plan. So plan well, people. So you can click the link in this description and see my blog regarding to the list of references that you can use to plan out your new normal lifestyle. So number 2 is be realistic. So this might be similar with creating a plan, but creating a plan is way too different from knowing what you really want to achieve. So personally, I used to stuck on my own unrealistic goals thinking that it's doable. And guess what? None of those goals even happen. And that sucks. But that's fine. It's okay. Planning in the midst of global pandemic is really outrageous. For some, it's really difficult nga kasi hindi mo nga alam kung ano yung kakainin mo for the next month or so eh. So, planning may be daunting for most of you. But however, as long as you're realistic and true to what you want to achieve, I believe you won't have any problem with this new normal. Because being realistic is all about being a balance also of knowing what you want and what is doable as well. So, in this, I can probably suggest some of the things that you can do to really assess if your goals are realistic or not. Number 2, you can ask for help from reliable and wise people in your lives, like your parents, like your friends, your teachers, or your accountability partners. So, you can ask them about truth of where you are right now. Reality check is parang love lang yan. Dapat hindi ka one-sided. So, planning with the grip of reality is like a kite with a string. So, you might soar high or be in limit, it doesn't matter. The new normal addresses many realities in my life that I need to see. And with that, planning is less difficult kasi I'm in the balance between my goals and my reality check. And that's normal. And number 3 is you have to be expectant. So, the new normal that we have might be good and bad for most of us, especially during this ECQ. No one really knows what will happen after this pandemic. Are we going to change jobs ba? Or magkaka-love life ka ba? No one knows that except ourselves. You may find yourself not following what you have planned for kasi maraming mga balakid or maraming mga circumstances that stops you. But one of the things that I learned during this enhanced community quarantine is to really set my expectations. Because expectations will teach you that not everything that we plan for or not everything we want is nakukuha natin. Like tulad sa sinabi nga sa isang kanta, you cannot always get what you want. Yes, people, it's all about having the right expectations. It's about being kind to yourself and others and how you're going to live your life in this new normal. So, no matter how we plan, meron din pa rin talaga mga backfires, may mga setbacks, may mga bagay pa rin na mangyayari that will stop our plan. And that's normal. Kasi, if we put ourselves in the right expectations, it might be good in our right sanity. So, for me, it's like saying na, Lord, gusto ko nang ikasal, gusto ko nang magkaasawa. Pero kahit hindi ngayon, soon, magkakaroon din yun in Jesus' name. Please, Lord, gusto ko na lang asawa. So guys, having a right expectation means that no matter what happens, regardless kung matupad man yung mga goals ko or not, I will still decide to have a grateful heart. Magpapasalamat pa rin ako sa Panginoon na no matter what happens, Lord, ikaw pa rin yung nagpo-provide sa akin, ikaw pa rin nag-aalaga sa akin, ikaw pa rin nagpo-protekta sa akin. And that's more than enough to know na mahal pa rin ako ng Diyos. Amen. So guys, these are the learnings that I realized during this enhanced community quarantine, that as I move forward to this new normal, I know that I can have this confidence na no matter what happens, matupad man yung mga goals ko or hindi, may masama man or may mabuti man mangyari, I can still be in faith knowing that God will work all things together for our good. So, people, if you decide to live in this new normal, let's make it better, right, and awesome. So, wag na natin balikan yung mga old normal lives nyo, ha? Wag ka na bumalik dun sa mga old habits, sa mga old things na nakasisira na sa kalusugan at sa sanity ng life mo. So, this 2020, after this enhanced community quarantine, I hope and I pray that as we move forward to this new normal, we can still live a life that is filled with joy, filled with confidence, and filled with faith. Kasi alam natin na no matter what happens, the Lord will continue to bless us and keep us. And that's what the things that I realized even in these 2 months na walang ayuda ni Mayor. Joke lang. So again guys, welcome to the new normal and I hope to see the better version of yourselves. Bye!